Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Don't you just love this time of the year when all the trees are turning all the different colors, the red and the orange and the yellows and the golds. And even though I'm not planting anything in my garden, I do like to come out and do a few things in the yard. I also love force planting bulbs, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to force plant some bulbs. And that means that I am going to trick the bulbs into growing out of season inside my home. Now this is so much fun to do. It is super easy to do. I am going to plant some paper whites, and I'm also going to plant some amaryllis bulbs. I have two different types of amaryllis bulbs. They are so pretty. And then the paper whites, of course, are gorgeous, and they will grow in a controlled environment, not in direct sun, but will be receiving sunlight in order to help them to grow. So let me show you what I am going to plant and what I have on my table over there. I am planting a paper white called Ziva. Has 8 bulbs in it. I am planting a red lion Amaryllis. Isn't this beautiful? I can't wait to see this one grow. And then I'm going to plant Galaxy Minerva. So this is one that I bought in a kit. It has everything in this kit, in this box, that you need to plant this amaryllis. It has a really big bulb, which means that I'll probably get multiple blooms from it. It is nice and firm. It came with its own container to plant it in. It even has its own soil that came with it. So really you don't need to do anything except plant this bulb in this container and you will be good to go. However, I'm not going to use this container. I want to use something a little more prettier than that. I went through my home and I looked around and found some containers, and that's the beauty of planting bulbs. You can look around your home and find different things that you can plant your bulbs in. Now this one has an attached watering tray to the bottom of it so that it can catch any excess water. So I really like this container. I think it's a perfect container for planting a bulb in. I'm also going to use this mason jar. I found another container with a tray attached to the bottom, and I really love the color of this one. So I'm looking forward to planting a bulb in this one as well. Now, this is I don't know really what you call it, but I use it to put a candle on, a little fat candle, and it is so cute that I decided that I would use it to sit my mason jar on when I get ready to plant my paper whites. So I'm anxious to see how this one is going to look. And then I have this terracotta pot that I am going to plant some of my paper whites in. Now these are the rocks that I'm going to use in the mason jar to plant my paper whites. I had 8 paper whites, so I'm going to plant some in the mason jar and some in the terracotta. I'm going to use a preserved moss to place around the bulbs in the containers once I plant them. And then finally I'm going to use a store-bought potting mix that will help my bulb to retain moisture but also give it good drainage so that the bulb doesn't rot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my mason jar and I'm going to put some rocks in the bottom of the jar. I'm not going to fill it all the way up, just enough rocks to anchor my bulbs in place. And then I'll come back and add some more rocks. Just enough to keep it anchored. going to use some of this twine to make a bow so that I can try and kind of jazz up the jar a little bit. But I wanted to say that I did plant the paper whites as low as I could in the mason jar because they do get to be a height of 12 to 18 inches tall, and they have a tendency to topple over. So I'm hoping that the mason jar will provide some type of support for the paper whites. Now the paper whites generally bloom anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks after planting them. They are from the Narcissus family, a group of daffodils. Now when you get ready to water your paper whites in the mason jar, just make sure that you don't let the bulbs sit in water. You really want to just water it so that the roots could get nourishment. So be sure and keep a check on the water levels in your mason jar. So now I'm going to plant my other 2 Amaryllis bulbs in these pretty containers. The biggest thing about planting your bulbs is to make sure that you leave at least 1/3 of the bulb sticking out of the soil. I'm going to put a coffee filter over the bottom because the hole is really big in this terracotta pot and my soil would just fall through the hole. So I'm just going to put a coffee filter over the top. It's still going to help it drain, but this will prevent the soil from leaking out the bottom of the hole. So the final step is to water everything well. When you start seeing growth in the stems like you do with a couple of them, then you can water them on a more consistent, regular basis. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video of planting the bulbs. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? And I'm gonna come back and show you how well the bulbs are doing. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.